Mason Abittan.
Mason Abittan.
Mason Abittan.
Abittan streaking to the rim. What a dunk by Mason!
Man, who is this kid, Mason Abittan? He just came out of nowhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to be the first to welcome you to Las Vegas. The local time is 3 p.m. and the weather is clear skies and a warm 85 degrees. Pleasant journey to your final destination. Once again, welcome to fabulous Las Vegas.
My name is Mason Abittan. I'm from right here, Las Vegas, Nevada. From Henderson, a little city south of Vegas. My earliest basketball memories were when I hit my first three in a game, and it just like brought back all the memories of when I was playing and I was little. And I'll say the game started clicking when I probably got into like around first or second grade. And I just started playing against like older kids and having success against them.
So who introduced you to it?
My dad.
Does he have like a basketball background,
Not
or
really. My family has kind of a basketball background. You know, my uncle played just in like high school, things like that. And my dad and my uncle loved to play pickup, so it like kind of drew me into basketball. My junior year, I had two back-to-back grade 3 ankle sprains.
The fact that it's a grade 3 injury implies there's actually been complete tearing of the ligament, and so this is certainly a much more serious injury than just your typical ankle sprain. And ultimately this can of course progress to a grade 3, which is complete tearing of that ligament.
And my motivation was like an all-time low. I was like believing the total opposite of what I should have believed in myself. And I really had to rely on my faith to get through that, because I know God gives us situations for a reason, and I had to see the good out of it, and it gave me an opportunity to focus on Him more than basketball. It gave me an opportunity to focus on God more than basketball, and it made me realize that when I do that, Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom and His righteousness, and all else will be added. So when I do that, all else will be added, like everything else in my life just comes together. I always thought I was overlooked in high school. It's really stupid to like look at rankings and try to judge yourself off of those, but I was never ranked in high school nationally. I wasn't really ranked at the top of my class in our state up until my senior year. And you know, wanting to prove everybody wrong was always something that I've kind of had a chip on my shoulder. I've had a lot of people that have like doubted me, said I shouldn't even be here, should be playing at levels lower, so I just play with the chip on my shoulder. It was with Coronado and we were playing Foothill at Foothill, and I think there was like maybe a minute left, and I got in and I just like ran to the corner off an inbound, and they kind of swung it to me, and I just put it up, and it went in. It was like my first varsity bucket. All my friends on the JV team were like up in the stands, like going crazy. But it was just crazy to see how I went from that to where I was my senior year. Like, it's just a huge jump. Yeah, my favorite moment my senior year is when we played Bishop Gorman. It's our rivals, and you know, they've been on top for basketball for a while. We played them at our home court, and we were losing. It was pretty close the whole game, but we were always down like around 4 to 6.
Back and forth early and late in the first half of play. Bishop Gorman gains semi-control here. Jeff Kaufman not pleased with the way that the half had ended, and we'll have to see if the Coronado Cougars can respond the way that he's been the floor general. Here's Mason Abittan for 3! Matchup zone, looking to break it. Abittan for 3!
And we ended up winning that game, and it was just crazy because it was in our home gym and it was packed, and everybody came out, all my family, all my friends, so that was a great win.
games like that? Like, I know you're going to have a bunch of rival games in your time. So what do those kind of mean to you where the fans are going crazy and you're able
It means everything because it just shows like how much of an impact basketball has on, not just the players, but like on the fans around them and the families of all the players. It just really brings people together. It brings students together. It brings programs together.
My name's Jeff Kaufman. I am the head basketball coach at Coronado High School. This is my 19th year here. I knew Mason before he was in high school, right? And he was always a good shooter. I always thought that he had that potential. Was there a moment that I realized it? By the time he was in his senior year and he was back at Coronado, his ability that I watched him in summertime games, I knew he was a college basketball player, and with a real big upside. So I knew from the beginning of the year that he was going to play Division I college basketball. The question was, where was that going to be? Mason showed tremendous growth over the 6 months of his last high school season, and that really came in his strength. I used to really push him about lifting, and I used to see him at the gym because I'll go to the gym work out, and he was always playing basketball and not lifting, and I'd always push him, you got to get stronger, and he did.
Okay, my name's Tyron Jones. I go to UNLV, and I'm freshman. Yeah, I knew Mason from high school and like AAU season. I didn't know him, but I knew of him. One thing I noticed about him was like he's more athletic than like a year before. Because me watching him at AAU and watching him at the Ball Dogs event, like I would see him do windmills in between the legs. So he's crazy athletic for being like 6'6". My relationship changed more. It was more friends, but now it's more like he's my brother now. Like we do pretty much everything together. Like we go eat food together, we come to the gym together, we work out together. So it's just more of a brother than a friend.
UNLV firing head coach Kevin Kruger after just 4 seasons. Kruger had a winning record during his tenure, but never led the Runnin' Rebels to the NCAA tournament. The search for Kruger's replacement is already underway.
I decided to stay because of Pastor's enthusiasm the very first time I met him, and I could genuinely tell like how much he cared and loved like the game of basketball. And I knew that I wasn't going to get that anywhere else.
When I first stepped in as head coach, I didn't know a lot about Mason other than he had, was signed to come to UNLV, obviously with the previous staff. Doing my homework, he was a good player. I was talking to his high school coach a bunch, Coach Kaufman from Coronado High School, and I was very happy and pleased that I wanted to keep Mason, and he's a wonderful young man. And I'm really happy that he wanted to stay with me, and because I know it's not always easy when there's a previous staff has recruited you and then a new coaching staff comes in, and so I appreciate that he wanted to stay here with me here at UNLV. The thing with Mason, and I love shooting. Shooting covers a lot of sins in basketball. He's a good athlete. He has a high care factor, and he's a wonderful young man. He's only going to get better in time. I mean, look. We throw a lot at him as a young freshman, and understanding the pace of being in at a high-level Division I college basketball. It's a different pace than high school. So, but we're excited about him. Like I said, he's a fine young man, and excited about his future.
People to say about my freshman year, like that kid played hard, like that kid really worked hard. Regardless of how much I play or how many minutes I get, like I want them to see me on the floor and be like, that kid played hard, like he genuinely wanted to win. UNLV basketball, that team that beat Duke, is regarded as one of the best basketball teams of all time.
Record-setting night, 103-73, UNLV.
Being able to play for a program that has like that title to it is just crazy. And obviously growing up and going to the games over the years, just wanting UNLV basketball to be on top like that again. So being a part of something special like this, where that's our goal, is pretty cool.